What is up, guys? It's YaroWins, and in today's video I'm going to bring you a 4-2-3-1 formation tactic and instruction guide. And this is a formation that a lot of you have asked me about because it probably is the most popular formation right now in use. And I've been testing various different systems and trying to develop a system that basically is the most effective for the current meta, but also provides a fun experience, because in my opinion having fun is the most important thing when we're playing FIFA. But of course we want to win games, so we need to find that balance. So yeah, going on from that, I've developed a 4-2-3-1 system, which is a very aggressive one, but it is fun to use. And yeah, I would sort of add a disclaimer that there are things to consider with it. One, it does drain stamina quite a lot, and secondly, as I say, it's a pretty aggressive and risky system. So let's take a look at the actual tactics and instructions. So for the defensive style, I have obviously pressure and heavy touch, which is right now probably the most overpowered defensive style out there with the current patch. It's proven very effective in pretty much any system. It basically gives you a good balance of pressurizing your opponent but not leaving too many gaps in behind, and it doesn't drain stamina as much as, for example, like a constant press. So that is the one we're going to choose. In terms of the defensive width, we want to have it slightly above the balance point, so about 6 bars. The reasoning for that is the 4-2-3-1, as it is in its sort of original form, the way that the players are positioned, it's quite a sort of overloaded midfield as it is, with almost a midfield 5 when you're actually defending. So you want to have that width to basically cover off gaps on the wing, but also be balanced, enough balance basically to still cover those gaps in the middle to sort of intercept passes going through, try and win the ball, and obviously attack from there. But as I said, with the aggressiveness of the system, I have a very high team depth. So the defensive shape, essentially, you're pushing the whole team forward, and the goal really is to win the ball as high up as possible. So if that's around the sort of center circle area, that is ideally where you want to win the ball constantly. You don't want to be getting pushed back and then counter-attacking, although in this system that also works. Only problem with that is you're going to lose more stamina doing that, and you're going to invite pressure on yourself, which is never a good thing in my opinion. In terms of the offensive style, I've gone for the possession tactic, and the reason for that is because I want that support. I want to basically win the ball very aggressively and quickly, but after that I want to sort of control the play. I want to have players coming in to support, and I want to have a sort of a balanced kind of system where there's players coming in close, coming short, getting in behind. That's depending on the instructions, which I'm going to show you. But yeah, possession I found is a good balanced tactic, and it is a sort of best of both worlds. Now for attacking width, you're going to have it pretty much the same as your defensive, although again this is matter of opinion, matter of choice. If you want to have that width, or you have sort of wingers as your right and left cam, you may sort of have that more wide, but I feel that you can use the quick tactics to sort of hug sideline if you really want that extra width. So having it slightly above balance, that 6 bars, I think is the way to go. In terms of players in the box, I actually have that at 7, because in my opinion the more players you have getting in there into the box, the better it is. As long as you can make sure that you're not being counter-attacked too much, it is better to have that support coming into the box, because you're going to overload the defense. In a way, this is sort of the logic that offense is the best form of defense, because with all those players getting into the box, you're going to basically force your opponent's defenders to drop back, to basically defend, cover those spaces, and that's going to leave them short in attack. So they're not going to be able to counter-attack you as effectively because they're going to be forced to push a lot of their players back to help in defense. And of course, you have more options, more chances to score from like low-driven crosses, things like that. So in my opinion, that is a good thing to have. In terms of the corners and free kicks, that is really a matter of opinion. If you like to utilize set pieces, I have it at 3, but that can be changed for you. Now, onto the actual instructions of each player. Again, this is an individual approach, so this might be slightly different for you depending on what players you have in what positions. But you can use this as a general guide. So, the one striker in the formation, which is Belotti for me, I have him stay central, get in behind, normal interceptions, and stay forward. So he is, I guess, a mixture of like a target man and someone that has a good amount of pace as well. So you can play like a different kind of style of forward, or various different styles. But the key thing is I want that striker to always be in the middle, because I always have the support coming in from the sides anyway. I don't need my striker sort of getting away from his central position, so I want him to stay central. Now for the left attacking mid, because this is specifically for my team, Mbappe, which is my sort of star player, he acts as almost a left wing slash second striker or a second centre forward sometimes. So I want him to stay forward, get into the box, free roam, and conservative interceptions, because I don't want him using too much stamina to essentially try and win the ball, because I'd rather him be in a position for counter-attacks and just be in attacking positions. For my central cam, basic defensive support, get into the box again, free roam as well, and normal interceptions, and exactly the same for the right attacking mid. So I want to have that free roam element where those front 3 midfielders, attacking midfielders slash wingers, they have that freedom to essentially move between the pitch, between themselves, creates unpredictability in the defense, and I found that is an effective tactic. For the 2 CDMs, aggression is the key here, because in this system you want to win the ball as quickly as possible. So with that said, on both CDMs I have aggressive interceptions, stay back while attacking, cut passing lanes because you want to be intercepting as much as you can. But for Kante, I have him to cover the wing because Mbappe is going to be always staying forward. I do want that support on that side, and because Kante has 99 stamina, he can do that job. He can cover the centre, and when required, he can also cover Mbappe on that left side. Now for the left and right back, balance attack and overlap. So because you're going to be cutting in, or I'm going to be cutting in mostly with my right and left attacking mid, I want that support when needed from my wingers, or wing backs rather, and that's why I have overlap on them. So yeah, that is the system, guys. Let's see how it actually performs in the game. So as we get into the clips, guys, I'm going to show you just various examples of the attacking play and the defensive play. So for instance, in this game, there's a quick start and you can see the effectiveness of having Mbappe as that almost second striker. So although he's positioned as a sort of a left attacking mid, he's making those runs almost as if he's like an out and out striker. And what I meant with the sort of counter attacking style, you can see in these kind of attacks there is a lot of support, because although I have possession as my offensive style, I still have that sense that I'm trying to win the ball back very quickly. I have that support, and I mean, that's a fantastic goal. And again, the free roam element where Mbappe's showed up on the right wing almost in that bit of play. So yeah, I mean that caused a rage quit. And yeah, these kind of runs, getting in behind, and it's Mbappe almost playing as a left winger slash striker. That's what I like in this formation with free roam. Again, with that interception, you can see the point of having aggressive interceptions on. You want your CDMs to take the initiative, go forward when it makes sense to do so, to steal those balls. right there. Aouar steals the ball in front of his midfielder, lays it back to Mbappe, and it's a great goal. Again, with this quick play, just one touch passing, 1-2, 1-2, getting behind with Mbappe, almost score with that, but Nedved keeps it alive. That overloading of the defenders gives me a chance with Mbappe, and I finish off again. So you can see the actual effectiveness of the instructions that I put on him, because he's scored all these goals, although he theoretically should be just some attacking midfielder that's isolated on the wing. Again, with that example, the aggressive interceptions play a part. I can quickly continue or start my attacks, and I think it's just the pattern of the play where whenever I lose the ball, I think you can notice that, for example, it's either Kante or Aouar, because I have the aggressive interceptions on them, they always try and find opportunities to steal the ball and get me attacking quickly. That is a very important thing, and although you would think that having aggressive interceptions is a stamina drain, on the other hand, it's better to be aggressive and actually win the ball rather than being passive and sitting back and then having to run around, not being aggressive, but you're going to be running around more to try and win the ball. So yeah, in this particular system, although there are of course risks, by pushing your team forward, it is very effective. I mean, in that, Boateng almost won it in the middle of the pitch. But you can see with all the players that aggression, and when someone's out of position, the other players are covering those positions basically that are being vacated. And again, you're just creating loads and loads of pressure, loads of opportunities with that aggressive style and also the free roam element. Again, with this passage of play, it's quick passing. I'm using the team width as well. And again, these runs into the box are creating big chances. I'm getting the opportunities to score also from corners. I'm putting more and more pressure on. You can see where Kante has a CDM, he's almost on the edge of the box. Again, I can have the opportunity to have lots of shots. Even when I lose the ball, you can see that I'm pressuring the opponent. I'm pressuring him to make quick decisions. I win the ball back. Straight away, I'm on the attack myself again. A few quick passes later, or I run with a particular player and I can have a shot and have another corner. I mean, in this situation, I was 1-0 down. I got it back to 1-1. Then I took the lead and I was pressing so much and so high after that point, where normally you would think sitting back and holding on to a lead. But I was the one doing all of the aggressive pressing and the creation of chances and trying to extend that lead. And I think in some cases, definitely, offence is the best form of defence. So yeah, I mean, this particular system has worked well for me so far. It's a very fun one to use. And I mean, the images and the clips here are sort of self-explanatory. I think you can see that the system is fun, it is aggressive. It does bring risks, but I think this particular variation of 4-2-3-1 is a nice one to use. It's been effective for me, so yeah guys, just try it out. Tweak some things if maybe it doesn't fit your particular play style. But yeah, try it out. Let me know if it works for you. Drop any other questions or comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you the next time guys. Peace.